Welcome in, take a seat. I'll be with you in a sec. Okay, what can I get you? Oh, it's you. What are you doing here? Well, you never visited me at work while we were dating, so what brings you here now? Just want to annoy me? Sure you are. Well, you have to order something if you want to stay. That's Orbert's rule, and you don't want to annoy Orbert. He's not just the owner of the place, he's the head cook. He's back there right now, probably eavesdropping on this conversation and waiting for me to ask him to escort you out, or feed you to the dinner rush. Yeah, I doubt you could take on an ogre with a spatula full of hash browns, but it's your funeral, unless you want to escort yourself out. If you're serious about behaving, you can stay. So what do you want? Order something. Do you really care? You caring about what I think, that might be a first. If you're serious, I recommend the pecan pancakes with a side of hash browns. I wasn't kidding about those. He makes them better than anyone I've ever seen. Who knew ogres were hash brown experts, right? Well, if you don't want sweet, the biscuits and gravy are nice. Or franks and beans if you don't want breakfast. And you can't go wrong with a good burger. The burgers here are fantastic. I eat at least 2 a week myself. Yeah, that works. Anything else? Okay, I'll get that put in for you. What do you want to drink? Sure, I'll get you that. 1 sec. Orbert, burn one, take it through the garden and pin a rose on it, side of frog sticks. Thank you. Oh, and don't spit in it. Nah, not worth it. Thanks, though. Okay, and here's your Diet Coke. If I get thirsty, I can get my own. Thanks, though. Yeah, you always did fight me for the last Diet Coke in the house, but now I don't run out quite as fast, which, I gotta admit, is pretty nice. No, I don't really have time to chat. I'm working. Just because you're the only customer in here right now doesn't mean I don't have things to do. I'm very busy. Okay, look. Maybe there are things to talk about. And if you really are just here to chat, I suppose I can listen. But you need to respect my boundaries. No more coming to my work just to talk to me, okay? No more showing up here like this. And I'm going to talk to you because I want to, not because you persuaded me. If I hadn't already been thinking about calling you, we would not be having this conversation. And Orbert would be carrying you out of here in chunks. You get me? All right, so talk. What's on your mind? No, see, that's not quite right. I didn't break up with you for stupid little things like that. Those aren't deal breakers. No, you know damned well why I broke up with you. I told you. Because you weren't honest with me. No, you weren't. Not completely. Look, it's not that you're a monster. What does that even mean? Monster is relative in our world, you know that. Most of us are some flavor of special, supernatural, gifted, whatever. So it's not that. I was fine with that. Hell, I used to date a dwarf sorcerer, if that tells you anything. The issue with you is that you weren't entirely honest about what you are and what your powers are. I had to find out the hard way, and that was an unpleasant revelation. Again, the honesty is the issue. You weren't straightforward with me, and we can't build a relationship on half-truths. If I'd known, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe I would have been okay with it, maybe not. But the thing is, you didn't give me that choice. You took away my ability to make an informed decision about you. And when everything hit the fan, I felt like I'd been tricked, or at the very least, misled. I get that, but why? Did you just not trust me? Because I trusted you, which is why this was such a big deal. I trusted you, and then... Yeah, I don't trust easily, you know. I have what some people might call trust issues. Shut up, Orbert. But I really felt comfortable with you. Which is how it should be, you know? It should feel safe and comfortable to be together. It took me a while to trust you, and now trust is a hard thing to rebuild. Okay, you say that, but you didn't really trust me, clearly. That's not what I mean, and you know it. I don't expect full disclosure on everything ever. I don't expect you to, check in constantly, or tell me what you're thinking constantly, all that. I don't want to read your journal. But this was pretty important. The sort of thing you do kind of need to disclose to the person closest to you. Because the alternative is what happened with us, and that's not ideal. Right, and that tells me you didn't trust me enough to share it. So why not? Did I do something to make you think you weren't safe with me? Okay, then why? I get that. I mean, if people have been that harsh to you in your life, it kind of makes sense. Sweetness. Seriously? Like actual beatings? I'm so sorry. You didn't deserve that. And no one should have ever treated you like that. No, I get it. Your own trust issues make complete sense. So here's my next question. If you have trauma like that, if you know you're more likely to hide important things than open up to the people who care about you, have you considered getting any help? You know, talking to a therapist maybe, or visiting an alchemist for some medications that might help. No, I would never suggest that. Nothing that takes you away from being you. But tools exist to help. When we have pain and struggle and trauma, there are ways to work through these things. And it's kind of on us to do the work, especially if we realize we need to. Well, yeah. Just saying, I'm damaged and can't open up, even if someone has been through everything you have. It explains the way you acted, but it doesn't excuse it. We're still responsible for ourselves. No, that's fine, I get it. And if you're not ready to work on yourself or your issues, that's entirely up to you. Everything has to be done in its own time. And I'm not trying to rush you, but I am saying maybe you aren't ready to be in a relationship if you're not ready to work on yourself. Because it isn't fair to be less than honest with someone who loves you. Of course I loved you. I loved you a lot. But love isn't everything. And if I can't be sure you're being straightforward with me, what am I supposed to do? I know. And honestly, I'm also glad that you didn't see me as a built-in therapist. Some people lean into their partners for all the emotional support they need instead of, talking to professionals. And that ends up being not all that healthy either. So thank you for not trauma dumping on me, but I do wish you'd let me in, at least a little. Well, if you had told me, we could have talked about it. Maybe come up with a plan to go forward. But at the core of it, I would have worked to protect your feelings and make sure you felt valid and heard. Because your concerns really are valid. No, they are. You were treated so poorly for so long, just for who you are, which isn't something you can help. So anything you're feeling around that is legit. And you need to process that. You need to decide how you want to proceed with it. But if you want to include someone else in that journey, if you wanted me to be part of your life in a significant way, that means opening up a bit. Sharing the relevant things and being open to letting someone else see even the darkest parts of you. Because you trust that they won't judge or turn their backs. You trust them to care enough to protect you and be your partner in the process. I would not judge or turn my back. And I was all in as your partner, believe it or not. What bothered me wasn't who you are, it was the lie. You told me one thing and then the reality was something else. That's not fair to me. If we had ended up being incompatible anyway, that's one thing. But we didn't really get a chance to find out, did we? I know, and I get why you lied. I wish you hadn't, and I'm not okay with it, but your perspective is pretty clear. You're trying to keep yourself safe, I get it. I'm the same way. Sweetness, everyone has baggage, literally everyone. Some of us carry our problems in an actual sack even. What, you think Rodney at the hardware store just drags that big pouch around for fun? That's his trauma, most of it from his childhood. I wouldn't recommend it. He went to a warlock to have it removed, and it turns out that even if you remove it, you still have to keep it on you until you process it. So he's been working on spinning it into gold in his spare time, but it's taking a while. Hurts his fingers too, apparently. Oh yeah, his girlfriend told me all about it. He's got a few decades of processing ahead of him, but that doesn't matter. Point is, we're all weighed down by our experiences. It's up to us to decide what to do about it, and to reach out for help if we can't do it alone. And to not try to get into relationships if we're not ready to be open and honest about the things that really matter. You can be however you want to be, and do whatever you want to do, but when you lie to get me to trust you, that's not respect or care. That's manipulation, even if it wasn't intentional. I know that now. I know you didn't mean any harm, but harm still happened, and that's on you. When you screw up, even if you didn't mean to, you still have to deal with the consequences. You're still on the hook to make it right. I don't know. I honestly don't know if we can make this right. Hang on. Thanks, Orbert. No, it's fine. I'm good. Put the cleaver down. Okay, here we go. Your burger. Hope you like it. I'm not sure what to think right now. If I'm honest, you seem sincere. But you also seemed sincere before, and trust is really hard to rebuild. Is that the case, though? Will you actually talk to someone? That's good, because with me or not with me, it's important for you to get to a healthier place. When you're ready, as you're able to do the work, not just to be a good partner, but for you to be happy, or happier, I guess, whatever that means for you. Don't do it to make me happy, though. Do it for yourself. Do it so you can get to that better place. You'll be so much more comfortable that way, and also a better partner if you try that again. So, here's the deal, cards on the table. I did love you very much, and I was honest with you, and I really enjoyed being with you, or the you that I thought you were. Now, it'll take me time to get used to the real you, and also to figure out if I can get past the dishonesty. I may not be able to, fair warning. It may be best if I don't, but it's not a no, okay? I won't say no to trying again sometime, if you truly do want to find a healthier place to be. Okay then, eat your burger. I'm gonna go tell Orbert to stand down. He gets a little protective, but don't worry, he won't be cooking you today, probably. Well, you never know. And then maybe we can talk more later. How's that? Good. Need another Diet Coke? Well, just let me know if you do. For that at least, I can make sure you're covered. Big shout out to Malicious Medic. You're this audio's Sweetness patron. Thank you for supporting me on Patreon. If you want a chance to be the Sweetness patron, you can sign up on Patreon for as little as $2 a month. You can also become a channel member by clicking that join button under the audio, and membership gets you perks like access to an unlisted audio each week. Don't forget to comment on this audio because I'll pin my favorite comment, and click that little subscribe button so you don't miss an upload. Thanks for listening.